Calaroga Shark Media.
Hey there, I'm Johnny Mac with your daily comedy news. Now, what do we make of Jimmy Fallon here? Does he get it? Does he realize Colbert went away and Kimmel has taken the summer off and he should go for it? Because here is Jimmy Fallon doing political material.
Trump is now claiming that vandals cut a 300-foot slit in the new reflecting pool lining with a knife, which is weird because a month ago he said this about the new reflecting pool lining.
You couldn't, if you had a knife, I don't want to give anybody ideas. If you had a knife, you can't even cut it.
Here to clear things up is White House spokesperson Spencer Elman.
Yeah, hi, Jimmy. Just what a shameful day for this great nation.
So you really think vandals cut a 300-foot slit in the reflecting pool lining?
Yeah, we're sure of it. These maniacs took a knife and they absolutely gutted the president's perfect renovation. It's horrifying.
Okay, but a month ago, Trump said you couldn't cut his new reflecting pool lining with a knife.
It's because you can't, Jimmy. Completely impossible. I mean, this is top-of-the-line material, totally indestructible.
How can both things be true?
Which two things?
That they cut the reflecting pool with the knife.
Yep, yeah, that happened.
And you can't cut the reflecting pool with the knife.
Can't do it, knife would break.
And I'm getting these from Jimmy Fallon's social. I'm not going out of my way to find them. They're coming to me, these clips. Here, once again, Jimmy Fallon kind of making fun of the president of the United States.
At first, Trump wanted regime change in Iran. He told the people, you deserve a government, or as he put it,
You deserve a government.
But now Trump's approval rating has plummeted after Americans of all walks of life rose up, or as he says,
Americans of all walks of life rose up.
Things in the Strait went terribly, but the administration keeps acting like it's not as bad as it is, or as Trump says,
As bad as it is, it meant something.
the whole thing is a mess, and getting out of it will take devotion, prowess, and expertise, or as Trump calls them,
Devotion, prowess, and expertise.
Meanwhile, Trump seems distracted by the reflecting pool at the Lincoln Memorial, or as he calls it,
The Lincoln music at Lincoln, and you have to see this.
He's also distracted by America's 250th, which will celebrate the time our army manned the ramparts, or as Trump put it,
Our army manned the ramparts. It ran the ramparts.
in the end, the war has cost hundreds of billions of dollars, and the only person with that kind of money is his friend Elon, or as Trump calls him,
My friend Elon.
I hope that helped.
I think Jimmy is very smart to start to head in this direction with Jimmy Kimmel taking the summer off and Colbert show being over. Kimmel show's in reruns for a little bit. The guest host will start week of July 6th with Tiffany Haddish. Are you excited? Advantage Jimmy Fallon. Fallon may have figured it out. Going to be curious to keep an eye on this. Megyn Kelly weighed in and said, Jimmy Kimmel's going on vacay for 2 months. Do you have a 2-month vacay? Probably not. I'd be curious to know how much time Megyn Kelly gets off, by the way. Do you have 30 acres in Martha's Vineyard? Probably not. I wouldn't be shocked to learn Megyn Kelly has a place in Martha's Vineyard. Well, 5 months ago, a YouTube channel called Life and Architectural Design did a video titled Megyn Kelly's New Jersey Mansion. From 2022, we learned that the Kellys, at least then, had an Avalon Jersey Shore house. Now, if you know the Jersey Shore, not too bad. From 2025, thelist.com wrote, the lavish life of former Fox News host Megyn Kelly. They also mention the Jersey Shore house. They mention that she flies private. Do you fly private? Anyway, I digress. Megyn Kelly asked the question, do you have 2 months off? Probably not. And guess who has a sub hosting for him? It's a litany of left-wing comedians, most of whom you don't know very well because he's worried about his job security. Okay, then. Who would you like him to have sit in for him? Would you like him to have someone more famous? Should he have David Letterman sit in? I mean, that would be awesome. I'm sure if David Letterman wanted to host a week of Jimmy Kimmel Tonight, Jimmy Kimmel would say yes and not be worried about job security. Or maybe you look at it and you say, Letterman's too old. I mean, who should he have on? Josh Johnson? Nate Bargatze? Should he have Nate Bargatze host the show for a week? I digress. Leslie Jones, via Page 6, revealed that she confronted the Saturday Night Live writers over being typecast as angry and aggressive. Leslie was on the Sam Sanders show and said it's kind of frustrating that they'd always make me the girl that was angry and beating up people or in love with a white boy. They just always would make me angry or fighting somebody. She said she played ball because I wanted to be on the show, and at that time, I didn't think that was happening till it kept happening, and then every time I would get a sketch, I was like, okay, who am I beating up this week? Her advice to up-and-coming comedians, if you want to be there, go there, because it's a great foundation. It's a great place for you still to find yourself. You can definitely get love going there. To sum up her experience, she said she loved being there and had fun, but doesn't miss the mental part of the job, which is exactly how I feel about the satellite radio company. Robbie Hoffman admitted she stormed out of the 2025 Emmys after losing to co-star Julianne Nicholson. Robbie was on The Bald and the Beautiful and said, "We're the first award up. I immediately lost and we woke up with all the gusto in the world. I walk in, I'm already like, where am I going to put the Emmy? We lose immediately. My sister goes, we don't need this crap, and pushes me out. She grabs me by the arm and says, we're leaving this S-word. But Robbie had to return. She had to present cinematography. Robbie said, I said, nah, I don't want to do that anymore. And they said, no, it's part of the program. I was like, well, my circumstances changed. I'm not in the mood. And they want me to read whatever's on this teleprompter. I go, one thing I know, I'm not saying whatever the F they have me on there saying. However, Hoffman calmed down backstage and successfully presented the studio with its Outstanding Cinematography Award. Yeah, don't throw a tantrum at the Emmys. That's not going to help your career. Rob Schneider will headline the funniest night at Freedom Fest. It's the Punching Up Comedy Festival at Freedom Fest in Las Vegas. Are you excited? Will you be in Las Vegas at Caesars Forum from July 8th through the 11th? Freedom Fest includes stand-up shows, a competition, podcasts, game shows, and conversations with comedians and creators. Confirmed lineup includes Rob Schneider and Lou Perez, who you may know from Gutfeld. We are told the Truth in Comedy competition at the Punching Up Comedy Festival is open to professional comics, first-time comedians, and festival attendees under the theme, Think Funny, Think Independent, Think Free. Organizers say the competition is built around 5 themes: free speech, political satire, individuality, independent thinking, and challenging convention. Grand prize, $500. That's right, $500 if you win the Truth in Comedy competition at the Punching Up Comedy Festival held in Caesars in Las Vegas. $500. Oh, you'll also get a trophy presented on the Freedom Fest main stage and a performance slot in the Punching Up Comedy show alongside Rob Schneider. Haven't gotten around to Ryan Hamilton's special yet because I'm watching 3 soccer games a day. I don't watch the late one unless it's Team USA, but I've been watching the others, which hasn't left much time for anything else. But I'm seeing good reviews from Ryan Hamilton. Pajiba wrote, I had no idea who Ryan Hamilton was when I clicked play on his Netflix stand-up special. That wouldn't be unusual if he were some young comedian who broke out on TikTok and does a lot of crowd work, but this guy in his 50s looks like the smiley guy or the love child of Jerry Seinfeld and Gilbert Gottfried, and apparently commands a huge audience. I've never seen him in my life. You should listen to the show, Mr. Pajiba. The fact that a lot of people don't know Ryan Hamilton is actually the first joke that he makes. It's a good start, but then he launches into a bit about getting hit by a bus. Apparently, Mr. Pajiba thought the bus section is a little long. Jiba comments, oh, he's one of those guys, a clean comedian. Quote, apparently he's also LDS, which is fine. It also explains why the entire audience appeared to be very old and very white. And it explains the whole shape of the thing. Hamilton works in the same lane as Jim Gaffigan and Brian Regan, the observational, family-friendly, never a curse word tradition. Not true of Jim Gaffigan, where the comedian is built less on edge than on the comfort of knowing nothing will ever make you uncomfortable. Boy, this is just a terrible, terrible review. Now, putting aside the fact that you may have helped Jim Gaffigan early in his career and then he wouldn't call you back, putting that aside, do you not have respect for Jim Gaffigan's comedy? And talk to any comedian at all, except maybe Rob Schneider. Actually, probably even Rob Schneider respects Brian Regan. They all respect Brian Regan. So this whole sentence of like just being like suggesting that Gaffigan is I don't know what you're suggesting. No, everybody respects Jim Gaffigan's comedy, even if he doesn't call you back. The observational, family-friendly, never a curse word tradition where the comedy's built less on edge than on the comfort of knowing nothing will ever make you uncomfortable. That's a skill, and there's an audience for it, but also means the bar for this bit could have ended 20 minutes ago gets raised much higher than it should. All right, that's fair. A clean comedian working a thin premise into the ground isn't transgressive enough to be interesting and isn't varied enough to stay funny. It just sits there agreeable and overlong. None of that is a particular knock against Hamilton, but it's clear he has a type of audience that wants to see a clean LDS comedian. Why are you bringing that up again? Clean LDS comedian joke about getting hit by a bus for over half an hour, and on that front, he absolutely delivers. All right, maybe that wasn't the most positive review. The great dramatic actor Adam Sandler, terrible at comedy but good at romance. To mark his 23rd wedding anniversary to famous Hollywood actress and producer Jackie Sandler, the great dramatic actor Adam hired a plane to skywrite a message above them that read, quote, 23A Heart J. Adam shared a photo of the skywriting message on social media. He wrote, "Happy 23rd anniversary to my sweetheart. Love you forever."
Comedy stock market.
Thank you, Burt Reynolds. By the way, the company from which I licensed Burt Reynolds now has Michael Caine. Should I have Sir Michael Caine to do the comedy stock market for a while? All right, here's who we're buying and selling this week. If you're new to the comedy stock market, what we try and do is we try and find value, much like you would in an actual stock market. We try and buy low and sell high. We're not saying anybody's good or bad. We're just looking at the relative value. Let's buy Jimmy Fallon. Opportunity there, and it seems like maybe he gets it. He's going to grab it. Jimmy Fallon's Tonight Show was in third place. It's moved up to second place just because of the Byron Allen garbage. So let's buy Jimmy Fallon and see if he can run down Jimmy Kimmel's guest host. Because I'm thinking he can. I'm going to say I had it in my list before I did that review that I thought was positive. I'm buying Ryan Hamilton. I like Ryan Hamilton a lot. I'm buying Ryan Hamilton. Let's sell Nate Bargatze. The UFC thing kind of backfired coming off the heels of nobody liking the breadwinner. And I mean nobody liking the breadwinner. Have you met anyone who was like the breadwinner? No, you haven't. So Nate not having a good run here. Let's get out on him. Let's sell Carlos Mencia. Now, I don't know what happened or not, but you heard the news stories that he was arrested. And I just think in terms of value right now, nobody's going like, oh, let's book Carlos Mencia for a bunch of dates and sell out our arena. So it's time to sell Carlos. Let's buy some Moshe Kasher. Obviously some terrible health news earlier in the week, but the good side of that is it got him back in the news, and it reminds us all he is a fantastic comedian. And let's sell Sebastian Maniscalco. I feel like other people are catching on to maybe the act isn't that cool or needs to mix it up, or at least stop making the stupid faces, okay? And what should we do with Louis C.K.? Because he's got a special coming out next week. Should we buy? Should we sell? I'm not sure, so I guess we'll just hold our Louis C.K. All right, it's comedy stock market. Buy Fallon, buy Ryan Hamilton, buy Moshe Kasher, hold Louis C.K., sell Nate Bargatze, sell Carlos Mencia, sell Sebastian Maniscalco. Out today, a former guest from this program. He was fantastic. Dive down into the archives and listen to my conversation with Des Bishop, who's got a special Bridge and Tunnel out on Hulu today. Filmed at the Comedy Cellar, Des Bishop embraces his inner Bridge and Tunnel. That's some New Yorkese for people who don't live in Manhattan proper. It's a bit of a dig. Bishop dives into the joys of not having kids, surviving Gen X dating, growing up Irish with a New Yorker's attitude, and finding humor in the chaos of modern adulthood. In case you don't know his story, he grew up in Queens for a little bit and then moved to Ireland in his mid-teens and has a big audience there. He was a great guest. Edie Modica, you may know her from Jury Duty. She's got a special out today on Veeps. It's called I'm Just Like You and It Sucks. If Veeps isn't your thing, you can hang tight until September. It'll be on YouTube. Whether it be talking to stains on her aunt's carpet, making out with a pair of brothers on a cruise in 2007, or talking to a stranger about his late girlfriend who died in a car accident, Edie will stop at nothing to feel and spread love to the world around her. That's on Veeps. Also, born and raised a New Yorker. I like it. We got a thread here today. Sally Ann Hall has a comedy special. It's called Dead Wife Pretty. That is out today. There is a trailer. Would you like to hear it? Let's listen.
I think that if I was on like an old black and white photograph, old timey, you know, holding a rose, like, and then an old man came up to you showing you that photo and was like, this was my wife. I think every person in this room would be like, sir, she was beautiful. Beautiful. Whatever happened to her was a shame, surely. You know? Yeah. I'm not supermodel pretty, but I'm dead wife pretty. No. Some people are prettier alive. Never been my thing.
That's Sally Ann Hall, available on demand, so you can check it out on Apple TV or Amazon. Audio, wherever you listen to your audio. And we have a date for Mary Beth Barone's special. That'll be on Netflix a month from now, Tuesday, July 28th. In Galaxy Brain, Mary Beth Barone aims to shock, amuse, and arouse. She covers a wide range of important topics from reproductive rights to guys with tattoos. Barone says, I'm incredibly proud to speak for all women with this comedy special. Joel Kim Booster has a new podcast. He'll take on dating, love, sex, and marriage. It is called Intimacy Coordinator. He asks guests to share their stories of romance and the advice that they took from the experiences. Some of the guests that will be on the show, Bowen Yang, Margaret Cho, Natasha Leggero, Beth Stelling, Steph Tolev, Langston Kerman, and a bunch of others. And that is your comedy news for today. It's still June, so you got to share the show, or I'm going to play Amy Schumer sing. So what you do is your phone's in your hand right now, hit share and text it to somebody and go, hey, listen to this. That's all you got to do. Take it 1 second. All right, tomorrow's one of those deep dives. We're going to talk a little Louis C.K. in advance of his special. That'll be tomorrow's deep dive, if you haven't caught on to this. And I got good reviews from the Facebook group, Daily Comedy News Podcast Group. They said nice things about it. So I'm doing deep dives on Saturday in the summer. Several reasons for that, as I've explained. One, it takes the edge off the production. And two, as search has changed, moving away from SEO to more AI stuff, there's a way to train AI systems to surface your program a little bit more. So I've been working on that and seeing some early results on that. Plus, they're fun episodes to do. And if you guys like them and I like doing them and it helps the show, I mean, win-win-win for everybody. So that'll be tomorrow. Sunday's a normal episode. We'll talk a little Patton Oswalt. And we'll talk about the Mark Twain Prize. And then Monday, of course, a normal episode. You can follow the show on Spotify. Turn notifications on so you never miss an episode. And you have an awesome weekend. And I'll see you tomorrow.